All right guys, today we're at the Power Pro booth here at SEMA, and we've got some new tools to go over, and they are going to make your life a lot easier with parasitic draws. Let's get into it. So here's a scenario. You got a car, it's got a parasitic draw, battery's going dead overnight, you need to know, what's causing it. So we have two things that we always say we have to do. First, we have to determine what is the draw, right? What's the amount of the draw on the car, and then we got to determine where it's coming from. So we've got a couple of solutions here that's going to make your life easier. What do we always do? We hook a meter up. So we come in, we take our multimeter, we take our battery, and we go across our leads. Obviously, we got to let the car go to sleep. We're breaking that right now. Now we've got to figure out a way to do that without making the car wake up again. And there's other tools out there, I get it, there's lots of stuff out there we can do this with, but this is so simple, it's just mind-blowing how simple this is. You take this piece of equipment here, take this tool, you plug it in your DLC, right? And it's going to check your voltage across your DLC, powering around 16-pin 4. So we got that. Then we let the car go to sleep. We take our battery cable loose. This meter is now powering the car. Now, it can power the car up to 10 amps. It can't go over 10 amps. Now, it's not going to damage the tool or damage the car if you go over 10 amps. You don't want to have something like a headlight on or something like that. You shouldn't have a 10 amp draw on the car. If you got a 10 amp draw on the car, you got something on fire. So you're gonna make sure that the amperage, the car's gone to sleep. Take this loose. This powers the car up, and now we're going to be able to get an amperage reading on what the car is actually drawing. So you see, I just turned this fan on. If I turn this light on, it goes higher. Right. So now we know that this vehicle has a draw somewhere that is obviously not as easy as this, right? And we know how much it is, right? So now we've got to figure out where is the draw. So what's our next thing that we're always going to do? We're going to take our meter and we're going to go set it to millivolts, and we're going to go across all the fuses, and we're going to try to get the charts out, and we're going to start doing some math, right? So it's a really, really good way of doing it because it allows us, we don't want to be pulling fuses out. Because if we pull a fuse out, something goes, wakes up when we put the fuse back in, we're starting at ground zero again. We've just, woken the network up or whatever. So instead of going in and having to go across the fuses with millivolts, go into the charts and do math, we're going to come in and use this tool. And this thing, again, is crazy. And I learned something even about these little probes right here, I'm going to tell you in a second, that I didn't know, and I have these. We don't have this tool yet, but we are going to have it. So we come in here, we go into this just as a regular multimeter. It will do if you want to go across the battery, it will. And this one will actually go up to 30 amps with this guy, right? So if you got this plugged into it, you can take that across the battery to actually go up to 30 amps. I don't know why you would need that, but it's good if you have, something happens, right? But in this case, we're using it to go across these fuses. We've gone in, we've set the fuse. So if we come in here, we can see we're set to mini. Now, if we want to change that, here we've got maxi. Here we've got ATC, right? So this meter is getting set up internally. It knows that we're looking at a mini fuse right there. Then we come over here and we see we've got the amperage. So we're going to set the amperage to whatever it is. In this case, we've got a 15 amp, right? Now we've got these probes. I had no idea about these probes. So this meter is set up to go across the fuses now, and we're going to check the amperage going across these fuses. Normally we got to check millivolts and then do the math on the charts. This is going to tell you the amperage going across the fuse. These little leads, for those of you that have them out there, in case you didn't know, they've got magnets on them, which I always wondered why. I thought they were just to keep them in storage, right? These are set up so that you can just have them set and ready to go across a fuse. That's mini, right? That's your ATC, and that's your maxi. I had no clue, right? It's another reason why you come out of these things, because the simplest little thing like that is going to save you time because you're not sitting there with two hands. I can do this with one hand now, right? So I'm going to come over to this fuse here. Right? And all I'm going to do is, let me show you, let me try to get the meter where you can see it. I'm going to come in, go across the fuse, and I don't have my glasses on, so hopefully I'm going to touch this. There we go. We've got 280 milliamps going across that fuse, right? Then we can come over here. We've got 250 milliamps across that fuse. So rather than having to go millivolts, go to the charts, do that, figure that out, how long is it going to take us? I set this thing to 15 amps. I set it to mini. I'm in a fuse box that's got, I don't know, 40, 50 fuses in it. I'm going to just go across and I'm going to sit there and boom, 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 every 15 amp fuse in it. I'm going to see what we got on every one of them. Then I'm going to set it to 20 amp, all of them, 10 amp, 5 amp, whatever it may be, 7.5. I'm going to do all of them in that fuse box until I find the one that's causing my problem. Then I've got the circuit that I'm on. Now I know what's, the circuit that I'm going after, and we are there way faster than we would have been had we had a meter with going across it, millivolts, finding it, going into the, is that the amperage that I've got? Is that in the range that I've got? This is a massive time saver. All right, guys, these tools are available pretty much everywhere. We're going to drop a link in the description so you can go down there and grab some of these things. These are going to save you a ton of time when you're doing your draw testing. Hope you like this content. Hope you like this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, bell notification. Definitely leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think. Do you already have it? Are you using it? Or are you looking to buy it? So we appreciate you watching. See you in the next one.